Among the most urgent mental health issues of our time continues to be suicide. The National Alliance on Mental Illness New York City Metro is ensuring that individuals, friends, and families have everything they need to access and all the necessary steps to address suicide prevention. Joining me now for more is CEO Maggie Mortali. Maggie, so nice to meet you to talk about such an important issue. When we talk about the rates, what can you share with us as far as numbers?
Sure. So suicide is a leading cause of death in the United States, and it is a public health concern for many. We also know that it is a preventable cause of death, and many suicides can be prevented. And so it's our goal at NAMI-New York City to provide those resources to educate the public and to provide support for families and loved ones that are experiencing mental illness or living with suicidal thoughts.
Maggie, we know the conversations now about this subject are taking place in the open, which thankfully is moved in that direction. And when we talk about someone struggling, the signs are different now. Just what should we look for?
That's right. I mean, suicide warning signs can vary from person to person, right? We're all different.
Yes.
And but one of the things that we can look for is to break it up into three main categories.
Okay.
The way a person talks, their mood, and their behavior. So if someone is talking about feeling overwhelmed or like life may not be worth living, that could be a warning sign for suicide. Maybe their mood is down, or maybe it's more anxious or irritable than normal. Or looking at their behavior, maybe they're sleeping more than normal, or they're drinking more than they usually do. Those could all be warning signs that something is concerning, and the most important thing is to have a conversation. And that's part of what you said about we're talking about this topic more and more. That's really important. Talking about suicide, asking someone, are you okay, is the best way to start that conversation and help prevent suicide.
Maggie, I've got a couple of questions on that. The first one I want to know is, where is the line of respect for privacy? We don't want to be, doing too much, so can you just walk us through, like, are you okay, as opposed to are you okay every single day?
Right. So if someone is exhibiting some of those warning signs that we talked about, it's absolutely okay to reach out to them and say, so I've noticed you're feeling maybe down more than usual, or noticed you weren't coming out to the happy hours that you always came to with coworkers. Is everything going on? Is everything okay? You want to share? Do you feel comfortable sharing with me what might be going on? If the person says, I'm fine, everything's fine, I've just got everything going on, you can say, I'm glad to hear that. Just know that I'm always a resource for you when times are good or if times are a little bit bad. You can also say, if the person says, I am struggling, I am going through something, you can say, I want you to know that you're not alone, that I'm here for you, I'm a resource for you, and there are other resources and support services to help you during this time.
Talk about the resources at NAMI-NYC,
Yes.
Like the programs and things you have to address prevention.
Yeah, so some of the things we have right now, we have over 30 support groups at NAMI New York City, and 3 of those support groups are geared towards, one is suicide loss survivors, so those are for someone who has lost someone to suicide. We have a living with thoughts of suicide for individuals that are living with suicidal thoughts and want to come together and share those experiences and get support for what they're going through. We also have one for family members who are supporting someone living with suicidal thoughts. That can be a real challenge for family members, knowing how to help and what to say to their loved one who is thinking about suicide. And so having these support groups where people can really come together and find community has been shown to be truly life-saving work.
We know it's statistically, and to whatever degree, a lot of it is just, how we as a society perceive things. It's tougher to get men to open up about being depressed and being, upset or having a bad day. How do you encourage people in the program if there's a husband, a brother, a son who's possibly exhibiting these signs, to get them to say it's okay to open up?
That's right. It is okay to open up, right? And it is one of the things that we talk about is that the strong thing to do, the courageous thing to do, is to say you're not okay. It's okay to not be okay. And sometimes just talking with, in our support groups themselves, having men come to the support group supporting other men, we've seen to be really significant in building those support systems. And so that it's certainly, we have women in our support groups as well, but providing those opportunities for men to connect with other men is really significant.
There may be someone watching now, who may, a bad day has continued to become a bad 2 days, a bad week, a bad month, and hopefully they are not struggling with these thoughts. But if by chance they are, what do you say, Maggie, to that individual?
The first thing I would say is that you're not alone. That help is available, support is available. If they are in crisis, the resource for them is 988. That's our National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. If someone is looking for resources, support, getting connected with mental health services, they can always connect with the NAMI-NYC helpline at NAMI-NYC.org/helpline.
Particularly our children, because we cover stories all the time about so many of them just giving up, and the parents and the families are left with had I known, I wish I had, and all of that, and we don't want that to happen.
That's right.
You said 988?
988, a 3-digit number, is the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. It's 24/7, 365, and help is available.
May I shake your hand?
Of course.
Maggie, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Stay right there, dear.
Sure.